Greetings all, once again from the Himalayas. I hope everyone's practice is going well, and I would like to touch upon a few things today. A particular thing which comes to mind is sacrifice. Sacrifice and, and the path. Sacrifice on the path. What is it that we all are willing to give up in this journey of self realization? That is what I mean by sacrifice. The journey of self realization is not something which is a part-time hobby, that I want this, I want that, I want that, and all the wares of the material world and the entanglements that the matrix offers. I want all of that. And I also want to realize my spirit. It doesn't work like that. It's a that is the illusion. That is the main illusion, that I can have it all. We can't have it all. We'll have to let go of a few things, and that's a conscious decision. This is not the age of followership, of outsourcing our spiritual journey. We can't catch hold of a guru or a teacher or a religious doctrine or any of that and expect to transcend into our spiritual wisdom. This is the age of individuation. The individual will need to make the required effort if he wants to get anywhere. And that's where sacrifice comes in. What is it that we are willing to let go? And in the same ratio proportion, we may find our spiritual oasis. We may find our soul's calling. We may find our anchoring in something unfathomable and yet real. So, what is it that we're willing to let go? And that's where we begin to walk backwards a little bit. I think in my case, what I can say is that certain creature comforts, including the society of people, who may still be entangled in the matrix, and to have too much interaction with them would also create an energetic entanglement which is not conducive to the path. Okay. So here we have to be very, very clear and tough in our life's choices. And always, what is it that I'm willing to let go to deepen the journey, to deepen the wisdom, to deepen the knowledge? Okay. Now, in all this, of course, there's the play of our own karmic tendencies, which means we are born with certain uh, mental patterns, habit patterns, and they may come into play, etc. Okay. And so the only next best thing that we can do is we can let go of those situations which trigger our mental patterns, which in turn create obstacles in the path for us. Because we may not be able to completely weed out some tendencies, but we can weed out opportunities or triggers which give rise to those tendencies. That's the best we can do. So if there is that saying that if you fight and run away, you'll have to fight another day, of course, that's a psychological uh, understanding of escapism. But here, I'm not saying that this is escapism. I just feel that if we get triggered on a specific tendency again and again, it deepens. And sometimes, if you starve it by not attending to it at all, by not triggering it at all, it weakens. And that's the best we can do. So, what is it that we can give up? Certain creature comforts, thoughts and habit patterns which are creating obstacles, a few other things which we can use, and that is fasting. Maybe fasting is good because, in a strange sort of way, we link into the spirit more when we are not too full, when we are not attending to the bodily needs that much, when we are not uh, you know gorging ourselves or feeding ourselves, because when there is that hunger in the body, just not starvation, but when there is hunger, then there is an overall hunger, and that kind of connects to the spirit. That's one more thing we can do. Then, of course, we can be in an intimate contact with nature. How do we do that? By being in nature, that's the first thing. And of course, by walking barefoot if we can, to connect with the energy of the earth. It's a very simple thing, it's well known. What else can we do? Maybe we can challenge ourselves with a cold shower in the winters. That will give us an insight. We become prayerful, we become connected to our deeper spirit when we face these kind of small challenges which are in the nature of sacrifice. So these are some aspects of what can we give up in order to progress, not in the material sense, progress not in the material sense. Let's say deepen the practice. What can we do to deepen the practice? How is it that we can help ourselves? Silence is very good. Silence is very good. It keeps us contained. Lots of things can happen when we link into our spirit, our soul, whatever you may want to call it. It's it's to become aware of that deepening into spirit, and a deepening of the silence. Even if we are in the marketplace, there is that deep silence we carry within ourselves. That is the harvest of deepening the practice. And it's not just a mute silence, it is a silence of a very intimate nature. It is a silence which does not allow loneliness to creep in. Loneliness is a mental state. Solitude is a spiritual state. So, these are a few little tips that maybe we can use on our way, on the path, and carry on full steam. Thank you.